Aloha ni. My name is Keenan, and I thought before we get into the podcast, I'll just jump on here and talk to you guys real quick. So, what you're about to actually see and watch is just basically a discussion between myself and our team, my cousins, and my beautiful fiance. Yes, it is our podcast, but it's also kind of just like a team meeting, just the usual stuff we get into. But we're bringing you guys along, and we get to sort of involve everyone and explain to everyone who's behind the brand, what's going on. So I'm excited for you guys to see that. But just a bit of insight. It's nothing too crazy. It's not too formal. It's just a simple conversation turned podcast from us to you. I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who has supported us over the last month, over the last couple of years. It's been a journey for sure, but we're here. We're stronger than ever. We have each other as a family, so I'm excited. I know everyone else is excited to show you guys what's in store. Without further ado, enjoy the Fano Hard podcast. Aloha ni, everyone.
Malo.
Malo. Welcome.
Malo.
Mahoi.
Malo.
What's good?
What's up,
Malo.
cousins? And I'll say, welcome everyone watching to the Fano Hard podcast.
Yeah.
Man, this is our podcast. This is something we've pieced together just for the brand, for our family, because that's what we are. And we just want to show everyone who we are, who's behind Fano Hard, and really just give you a bit of insight to what's behind the scenes and who's in charge of this thing. All right, my name is Keenan Lissar. I'm the son of Jerry Lissar, who is the brother of Frank Lissar. A bit confusing, but we'll get there. And I was born in Wellington, and I'm now residing in Melbourne with my fiance, Madison.
Hi, I'm
Yes,
Maddie.
sir.
I was born and raised in Auckland, New Zealand, and I now reside in Melbourne.
Kia ora, my name is Elisha. I am the youngest of my four siblings here. Tiare, Jerry, Samantha. And born and raised in Wellington, New Zealand, and now residing in Wellington, New Zealand.
Nā, kia ora te whānau. Tā aloha atu kia te koutou. Tonu mai, welcome. Mahalo soi for Maori langi mā. My name is Jerry.
Ai tāra?
I am the son of Tilly Lessa, who is a brother to the late Frank Sisko. Tony?
Aloha ni. I'm Samantha, the daughter of Tilly, who is the brother to the late Frank Sisko.
Ko toki no ko Tiare, ko matua ko Heanita, ko Tamana ko Tilly, ko Tupuna ko Atunga, Isopo. Hi everyone, I'm the oldest of four. Right here we have the incredible Summer, my sister, Jetty, Elisha, my brothers, and Keenan and Maddie, my younger cousin, but our little brother as well. And we also, so Nana Atunga is our grandmother, which all ties us together. She had 4 kids, Tilly, Auntie Liz, the late Uncle Frank, and Jerry. And just shout out to also Keenan's younger siblings as well, Harlem, Ivy, and Mia. And to the rest of the village, which there's a whole village that needs to be acknowledged, but we'll dive into that a bit later. But yeah, what's up, everyone?
That's all right.
What's up, cousins? Welcome.
All right.
Welcome to the Fano Hard podcast, everybody. How are we feeling? Good, guys?
Great. Feeling
Great.
Feeling great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I've heard a lot about Uncle Frank
August.
and him as a person from lots of you, like you guys and your family. But how would you describe your uncle, him as a person, to the community, and to you guys as an uncle?
Frank, he was man, he was an icon in our family, really. Everyone knew the name Uncle Frank, and it was never just Frank. It was always Uncle Frank, because that's what he was. He was just Uncle Frank to everyone. He was Uncle Frank to my mates, our extended families, even my family on my mum's side. You know, he was always just known as Uncle Frank, and I think that kind of speaks volumes as to the man he was and his stature, because he was an icon in our family, and that's always how I'll remember Uncle Frank.
yeah, I don't know about all that. My bad. Jelly.
Oh, mate, out and out legend, Uncle Frank. He had a real heart for his family, giving heart. You know, sometimes he would have some wise words for his nephews. Oh, yeah, as I said before, legend, innovator as well. Always had big ideas. Very private man too. Until he came back to New Zealand that we got to know him a bit more, because he was overseas while we were in our younger days. Just heard him on the phone, and then to see him in the flesh. This is the Frank. The name. Just hearing Frank as a kid. Yeah, really, I was really intrigued about that name. Big heart for his mother too, our late grandma, Nana Tonga.
Yep.
Like, that's my little piece.
Sure, cuz Tiare, we'll go to you.
Yeah, Uncle Frank, he was pretty much his name, eh? Quite frank, direct, and in his head, correct.
Oath.
He he's a go-getter. He also, just to sort of furthermore what Judy said, he lived in Dubai, and he also lived in places in Western Australia. Had been here, there, and everywhere. And he was an innovator. He was a go-getter. Uncle Frank also created a nest and a haven for us younger, sort of the young ones, but I won't say just the young ones, to his community. And there's a lot of going out there that came and know him from not just in Horiro, but all around New Zealand, Australia, and probably other places that he's been and left his legacy and influence on. So he was a bit of a comedian, a bit of a had a humorous side, and his namesake right there, Francisco Lessa. You see a little bit of Uncle Frank and and yeah, the one doing the peace sign. Also, all of us, but very humorous. Uncle Frank was about the family and had a huge heart, but yeah, like Judy said, very private. And yeah, he's funny. He's funny, but yeah, miss Uncle Frank. When I think of Uncle Frank, I think of his golf. He was he had a lot of different talents, but he loved his golf. He loved his family, um, and he loved also not just his family, but also trying to encourage anyone he was around through either humor or getting us to think outside the box and what more could we do for ourselves. And yeah, he created opportunities for his family and myself included. But I don't want to rattle on other than just miss the guy. And a funny saying he would say is, if I had any idea, or something like that, he would be like, mate, you're drunk. So just, or some sayings, or money doesn't fall off trees, or He
Yeah.
just had, he always had these little punts, and maybe Judy and Life and Kina and Summer will bring them up further in this podcast. But over to you, Sam.
Uncle Frank, when I think of him, he's funny, private, loves his family, loves his elders, has a lot of respect for them, loves the kids, loves the Tote community. He's just really family orientated, but yet so private. But yeah, he's good.
You guys pretty much said everything, eh? That was Uncle Frank in a nutshell, eh? I don't think there's enough words to like explain or express who he was. I think we were very lucky to do life with Uncle while he was here. And yeah, he was one funny dude, man.
Yeah.
Frank the man.
100. Yeah. Nah, shock, cause he was, yeah, like I said, first, yeah, he was a bit of an icon in our community, in our village, and you know, we don't take that for granted. We know the value he brought to us while he was here, and you know, if we didn't, then we wouldn't be doing this. So this is all because of him. This all started because of him. So I think it's fitting, you know, we just bring him up every now and then and just make sure everyone knows that this isn't us. This was Uncle Frank. So yeah, we'll just dive in a little bit about him. He was man, he was Uncle Frank. He honestly, like Jetty said before, we don't really, or I don't personally, I can't speak for everyone, but we don't I don't really remember a lot about Uncle Frank growing up, other than he's overseas. He's in Dubai. You know, he's doing great things, which speaks a lot, because every time his name did come up, it was always held to a very high standard. But from my understanding and from the info I've gathered from my dad and my auntie, is that he actually moved away. He moved to Australia when he was about 19 or 20. And I'm 24 this year, and I've only just moved away from my family last year. So it's crazy to know that, you know, during that age, he was out there exploring the world and just forging his own path. So yeah, from my understanding, he's moved to Australia when he was about 19, 20, and he started doing some work in the mines and doing a bit of security work. And funny story, he actually scored a gig working at the Penrith Panthers, the team that just got the three-peat in the NRL. He was a security guard there, and he always had a lot of funny stories about the players there: Freddie Fittler, Brandy, Greg Alexander. A lot of funny stories that he never shared with us, but he'd share with
Gus.
his siblings. Gus
Shout
Gould.
out, Gus.
Shout out, Gus. You want a shirt, Gus? But yeah, he sort of made his name out there. He did some great things out there, and there's a lot to get into. But eventually he moved on, and he found his way to Dubai.
Went to Dubai. A mate of his own. I don't know too much because Uncle Frank was private, but got into mining. What's his mate?
They're sort of like go check out mines and then set up contracts with mining companies to tell them or advise them that there's potential mining there. Hence why he's always going to those mining conferences in Canada and London.
Oh, yep.
Business class. Never fly economy, Hurricanes.
Yep, he was a bougie man.
Another thing that Uncle Frank did that I think we forgot to mention is he also was in just like for a short time, but he was in a movie. Just again the little things that he's very private about that we don't know. and find out till later.
What is one of your guys' favorite memories?
Favorite memories. There's a lot of memories with Uncle Frank, really, but I don't know. One funny one that always comes back to me was when I got my learner license, and everyone in this call knows that Uncle Frank, he would never tell you or praise you for the things you've done well in whatever endeavor you're on, but he'll always give you the criticism first. But that's just the man he was, and I appreciate that now thinking back. But he was a hard man to please, whether it was sporting or sporting or just doing things around the house, and he always made sure that we would straighten up and remember where we came from. But in saying that, there is one memory where I did get my learner license, and he wanted my dad to drive him somewhere into Porirua from Tawa, and I was like, oh. I was like, oh, Uncle, I got my learners. Do you want me to drive you? And I was thinking he'd just make some smart remark. But he was like, oh, yeah, jump in. And then he went and jumped in the passenger seat of the car. And I was freaking out, man, because I'd only driven like a handful of times. But I just remember going on that drive with him. He played a song, a song by an artist called Dizzy Wright. And the song was Fly High. And he was in love with that song at the time. But man, we just played it and I just cruised, and it felt like the easiest drive of my life. And I just remember when we pulled up at the butcher, which is where he wanted to go, I was just waiting for it. I parked up and I was like waiting for him to say something. But he just looked at me and he goes, hey, you actually did all right. And then he gave me his card and gave me his card and told me whatever I had to go buy for him. But yeah, that's my little story of a memory I have with him. Is he actually praised me on my driving skills. So you know what? I'll take that. Sure,
Well,
Uncle.
I still can't drive today.
Yeah, that was me.
Short Keenan.
I don't know if it's favorite, but he would always ring me and say, what are you up to? And I was always up to nothing. So he's gonna come pick me up so I could run him and do his errands.
Yep.
And I'd be arguing the whole time on the phone until he rocked up on the driveway and told me to get in. But those are like probably how I remember him, is us always arguing and him always pick me up. We'll go do his errands and then he'll go and buy me whatever, buy me a feed or whatever I want to go do at the end. So yeah, that's my memories of him.
Shot Sam. That's awesome. Lash, what you got?
My favorite memories. There's a lot to choose from. Good and bad. I think my favorite memories of Uncle Frank and with Uncle Frank are probably just the time spent up at Kahurode, eh? Just with all the cousins, really. Because I feel like the memories I had alone with him was just him grilling me. Probably because I carried his name.
Yeah.
So man, he used to grill me heaps, but yeah, all those times hanging with the cousins there, it was funny. Just jamming with him in the music room, or having a laugh in the lounge or the rumpus.
Yeah.
And just hearing him roast everyone. Yeah, his one-liners, hearing the one-liners. Miss it.
Yeah, he was good for him.
Yeah.
Nice, cuz. Were you, Tiare?
Yeah, I can't pick a favorite, but just again off the dome, it's him creating spaces for us to thrive. Now he loved his nephews, and like when Lasha said us jamming, he created a big space for them to all jam in that. And at the time, you just take those things for granted. You just, oh yeah, the instruments and that. But then you look at it now, it's a place to cultivate and how, you know, our passions. Even for me, helping me in my sporting sort of ambitions back in my days. But a fond memory I carry is him getting Terry when he hired out the hall, and I didn't know he hired it out at the time, but he was like so anxious, making sure that we had everything ready for that event, and it was at Postgate Hall, and it was honestly it was just for the family to get together. But he was always like, "Is the rubbish like we got that taken out? Is there food? Are the aunties, the elders, was everyone like catered to?" And that's when I saw him really like, well, his passions, because I'm like, oh, this guy's a tough guy, but when he's getting like adjective and a bit like, like you said, those words of harsh criticism, like we need to be up and moving, not resting. So I was just like, oh wow. But looking back now is that, yeah, seeing his passion as making sure that our the community, was taking care of the village. And I think I want to also just say thank you to all his sort of cousins, aunties, uncles, grandparents, mothers, fathers that raised him, and honor them and what they sowed into him to sort of leave a legacy onto us. So there's a lot of family out there now that have the same precious memories that we hold too, and they have a spot of Uncle Frank. And so I just want to say thank you to their part, big or small, and it was huge in shaping him. Wherever you are over the world, thank you. And yeah, just shout out to Uncle Frank. And I
Right.
guess that leaves us with Jedediah.
Sure. Thanks, Tiare.
Likewise was very nice. Kahi Road days, eh? I spent a bit of time there. I think it was about 4 years I was staying with them. But man, it's funny someone brings up those the phone calls. I actually miss looking at my phone log, eh? The 16 unmissed calls, the missed calls from Frank.
Yeah.
But he was he was actually a good bass player, man. Solid bass player. He used to talk about who was it? He played for this outreach team, Island Breeze. He was like, I remember this time we're having a jam engage. Yeah, this younger generation's got more talent than me, but I've travelled the world playing the bass. He actually was right. He was playing bass in Europe.
Crack
Yeah.
up.
Straight
Crack
up.
it. Yeah, but I don't have a favourite memory. Probably just for me, it was just chilling out. He was a passionate Dragons man, Dragon spoiler, and yeah, just watching the league and talking about music, the league, and then his mother, and then our Dunga was always trying to encourage us to go back to Willow and get amongst the people and try to learn the lingo. So yeah, we're all still on a journey too, learning Te Anganuku Togelau. Yeah, those are some precious memories back at Kahi Road. Even I spent a little bit of time with him in Brisbane. And what's his car over there? He had Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Sylvia, man. Sylvia with the no air conditioning.
Not
He's
the nice
talking
rover
to
with the no
Sylvia.
aircon.
Yeah.
He was like, Jed, when you come over, Sylvia, mate, Black Betty's got nothing on Sylvia. When there's no aircon. But, mate, Family already lost.
Yo, straight up. Yeah, those are just a handful of memories that we've all got with Uncle Frank. And that's just our memories. We got our parents, our siblings, our aunties, our cousins. They've all got their own memories with him too, and that's the beautiful thing is an icon. That's all I can nail it down to. That's what he was. But as well as being a very cultured man and a very family orientated man, he was also a bit of an entrepreneur in his way. And I'd like to think he sort of he did. He taught me a lot about that realm, that part of the world, because it's a totally different part of the world. It's something that we, being from New Zealand, being islanders, we're not fully familiar with that realm. But Uncle Frank stepped out of his shell, and created something for himself. So who are we to not try as well, especially with what he has bestowed on us. And that's Fano Hard. Now, I'm not too well educated on why Fano Hard became Fano Hard or how it started, but I'd like to ask everyone else if they have any knowledge of the brand and why Uncle Frank even wanted to do this.
I have no clue. I don't know the origins, but I do know some of the visions that he had for it. So I remember him, like, he wanted Toke athletes, He wanted Toke athletes to wear it. And so I was like, man, we can just put this on the back of some Toke athletes, help them, sponsor them with this, and that will
Yep.
push the brand. Well, that's the thing.
Yep. That's right.
That's the thing. We got no athletes.
Yeah.
We got the Kazi Alisana. Israel Alisana. He's fighting in the UFC. He's
Yep.
We got the cousin Eli too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Eli.
Yep.
Shout out to Eli.
Kazi Eli. Yep.
One of
He's
the top.
No.
He's
Yeah,
the real one.
ripping us for judo or wrestling as well.
Jiu-jitsu.
Probably one of our original ambassadors for the brand.
Yep. 100%.
He's in the WWE too.
Facts.
Ooh. Yep.
I just think it started off with your guys' sports, and then the extended family, and then he realized like there's a lot of young tokes that who've got a lot of talent. And I think he just really because his passion was really the Tokelauan community. I think he just wanted to pursue that kind of route.
Yep.
And just encourage the toke kids to go hard in these sports, really.
Yeah.
There it is, right there. You hit it first.
And again, that just circles back to the type of person he was and how passionate he was for his family and his community. So of course, he had to give back to them in this way. So I'm guessing that's how he started this endeavor, and obviously being a very smart businessman, he knows you got to have a niche, and what better niche than his culture. He already knows that there was a lot of tokes behind him, and I guess that's where Fano Hard came in. Laish, if you want to sort of talk us through what Fano Hard is, really, what's the name?
Fano Hard. Yeah. It is an acronym. Fano Hard. Fano. F hakoho. A atahu. N nonu. O is the other atau that is not acknowledged at the moment, but amongst us Tokelau people, we still acknowledge it as our own. But it is under USA. Olahanga. And then hard is honor and respect the main, and that yeah, it's pretty much Fano Hard. In a nutshell,
I mean,
and honor
Nice.
and respect that was pretty much Uncle Frank too. Eh?
Yep.
Honored his people, his giving,
Mhm.
and he really respected his elders.
Yeah.
Always looking
That's
after
right.
his nana and nana's siblings, and not just them, their kids. Eh? Always looking out for his cousins.
Yeah.
Always looking out for the village, baby.
As we talk about Uncle Frank, it's also important to remember him because he did unfortunately pass away in early 2018. Actually, on the date that we released the trailer for this podcast, that was the date that he passed. That was about 6 years ago now, which is
Jeez.
yeah, it's crazy to think, but in a way, that's also where we where the brand kind of started.
Can I say on the factory thing though, why he had those intense conversations, because he would be up late and then would had, strong, intense, heavy conversations with people overseas on regarding the material, is he didn't want anything sort of cheap. He wanted quality, and he wanted, the brand when you wore it, it's not gonna be, he wanted his name and the brand to be like, yeah, when you wear this, you're gonna feel like, a bit of pride wearing it and respect. And so he was just the man who was like, no, we don't deserve any less. This is what, the value is, and he went for it. But yeah, not really knowledgeable on the sort of how, why the startup, other than what Summer had said. But did he see a future for it? Yes. Did he talk about his nephews and nieces in the future, hopefully taking over? Yes. And pretty much is, where we're at right now is we're in this moment, running with what we have, and shout out to Uncle for his vision there. And yeah, this is where we're at, guys.
When he did pass, it was left to our family, and everything that came with it. So the very first collection of Fano Hard was the it's kind of like a sports edition, obviously, because he wanted to be sponsoring athletes. That's why he had those sort of designs. But yeah, that was left to us.
The brand was left for us, but I think everyone was just everyone was out living life. So real quick acknowledgement to Auntie Liz and her helpers. There's a lot of helpers that we want to acknowledge as well. That it's too much really, but you know who you are. All the pop up stores, all the just random events. That our poor Auntie Liz, who we should have helped, but just couldn't. But yeah, thank you. These are amazing, and we really appreciate that. But even just before, like the boys down at the Tech Language Week,
Yeah.
Caleb, Atu, Ross, Mona, Leandre, there's heaps.
Mm.
And then, yeah, way back years ago. So thank you. We love yous.
Yeah, thank you to everyone. Uncle Frank left the brand for us, but everyone else sort of helped lay the foundation of this village that we're creating. So yeah, thank you. But yeah, Fano Hard, and we've sort of just only kind of recently, I'd like to say maybe 6 or 7 months ago. I just thought, you know what, the brand is here. Aside from working, I don't have much else going on in my personal life, so let's pick this thing back up and just continue the vision that Uncle Frank had, and even just create our own vision. Because at the end of the day, we had Uncle Frank and his vision, but he always reminded us to go out there and just try things for yourself, figure it out, basically, which is what he did. So, with that being said, that's where we come into play with Fano Hard. So, Fano Hard is consisting of us 6 currently. So, obviously, me and my first cousins / siblings, these 4, and my fiance Maddie has come on board too to help us out.
Obviously, Keenan's talked a lot about Uncle Frank, family, how much he wishes he put more effort, but just more thought into like taking over, like trying to make it something else, make it something even bigger than what it is right now. I think that's been really cool to just watch.
That's what we are. Truthfully, transparently, we're family figuring it out. And that's what we've done. So the team, obviously, you all know who we are now, but we behind the scenes, what we're working on is we've got our great content design team. So our content design team consists of Madison here, Elisha, and Tiare, just helping us design and sort of revamp the brand, bring it to life a bit more, and expand it into the world, showing who we are as people. And there's a lot of passion behind that team, and I'm really proud of it, man. I can't wait for everyone to see what we've got coming out. But that's our design / content team, alongside me helping out here and there. But then we've got our talent, which is Jetty, our music mogul. He's our frontline warrior, really. He's out there repping us to the world, because I don't know if a lot of people know, but he is one of the most talented musicians from Porirua, and he's a great asset for us, out there making connections for us, just getting our name out there.
Average at best.
This is what goes on within our meetings, but yeah, shout out Jetty over there, and then behind the business side of the brand, we've got myself and our beautiful mother over there, Samantha Lessar, Uncle Frank's visionary. We all know Uncle Frank had favorites. So yeah, she's there behind the scenes, helping us out with the business and managing everything. And we all have a role here. We're all putting the work in together, just bringing this brand to life. But that's who we are. So yeah, with that being said, let's actually talk about the brand and the business side of it all, because it's important too. But we just want to let you guys know our visions and where we want to take the brand. So it's fitting to sort of ask these questions. It's like you guys are sitting in on a meeting with us, discussing. So yeah, but I'll ask everyone. I know we all know, but for our audience, what is our goals and achievements moving forward that we want to cross off the list?
My goals and achievements for Fano Hard is to see, I guess everyone within this group rise in somewhat way to achieve and feel valued and support to the best. But for my end is actually to get a design in for the brand, but also going out, I think, to Tokelau itself and getting inspired with the family would just, I guess, rekindle and respark, and also get a fresh vision again of where our roots and that is for myself. But personally, I want us to thrive. And what does that look like? It looks like us coming together in a common goal and feeling like we're contributing in whatever way that looks. I would love to see, again, as much as they are proud of wearing it, you know, the brand is maybe potential designs that we can get in from the community, maybe even in us five can look at what we like the best from our community and put that on Fano Hard and giving them the opportunity to wear it. Just again thinking broader, but yeah, just that's it in a nutshell.
Yep. Awesome, cuz. That's
Me?
it. What about you, Lush?
Achievements, maybe bored. Just to try create some cool stuff, that I don't know, people feel good wearing.
Yep.
At the end of the day, people buy clothes that they'll feel comfortable in and feel good in.
Yep.
And yeah, Uncle Frank was a real classy dude that he loved. He loved his clothes, man. He walked into his walk-in wardrobe, and there's like shirts on. I mean, like just nice shirts, nice silk, nice fabrics, all these different belts, um, tailor-made, some tailor-made designer. It was crazy walking to his shelf and his cupboard, and then all the colognes and cufflinks and all that stuff, jewelry. So he really liked his. Um, he was humble and all that, but he did love his clothes. He liked to present himself well in front of people. So for me, I just want to try to make clothes that people like wearing.
I believe, they got enough creators in our team for the brand to flourish. Just at my business, wherever I can, just back the team, revamp, enhance. Yes,
Yep.
could see, Fano Hard and hopefully on the global stage soon.
Yep.
Yeah, Tautoko team.
Cisco's Collection Volume 1. We've decided that that's going to be the name of our first drop, our first collection.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
It's just a bit of an ode to Uncle Frank. Again, acknowledging our elders. Sorry. But yeah, it all started from him. So, what better way to pay homage to that, to his name, and that's where Cisco's Collection comes in. And also, I'll bring up the fact that we are working on our website as well. So in future, very, very soon, we look forward to bringing that to everyone as well. But, that was really the whole reasoning behind this podcast, is just to give a bit more insight as to what we're doing, because, everyone's just figuring it out as well. But, I've really enjoyed it.
We've been trying to figure this podcast out for 3 hours. Cisco's Collection coming out. Keep an eye out for it. Like Kenan said, all it is just paying respects to Uncle. It's going to consist of pretty much things that Uncle enjoyed there. Golf, music, community, family. Yeah. All that stuff, all that good stuff.
Might even get a few of Frank Cisco Jr., who just spoke next, maybe some of his music added in that as well.
I don't know about all that,
our socials. Also, another announcement, everyone, is Fano Hard has its own socials now. So we've got an Instagram, we've got our Facebook, our YouTube, and we also have a TikTok and then website coming soon. But we'll put the link down below. That was so cringy.
sounds like
Yep.
Click
Link in
on the link
bio.
up here. Down there.
We'll put our socials down, links down below, but yeah, go have a look on there because I don't know if anyone's noticed yet, but there is. By the time this podcast has come out, there will be our very first episode of getting to know us individually, and I think that is going to be a fun watch. So it's going to be me golfing. If anyone's into golf, I did a little golf vlog for the brand. Nothing really about the brand, but just a bit of personal, just getting to know me more. So I'm episode 1, Madison is episode 2, and so on and so forth. But I look forward to that.
Episode 3. I'll be taking you to Tokyo, where I will be competing in chess. For those that don't know, I'm a fanatic chess player. And yeah, good night out.
Yeah.
Mama's living on a farm, so she's going to show us what a farm life.
Yeah.
Kia
That's
Carter's in WA doing the most for the Apaliki children. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, on Wajak, Nunga Buja country currently, but all over WA on different countries and just what I've been up to at the minute. But loving it. I'd love to talk about the adventures on this side. And also there was a remote town that Uncle did reside in for a bit, so it'd be better. You got to keep up with that episode so we can dive more into that. And then we'll finish off with Jeddy, our last episode, and Jed can speak more to that.
I'll be like Keenan. I'll be doing a back 9.
I'm also a fanatic golfer in my spare time. They call me Fairway Frankie.
The potential for this brand is limitless. And God willing, He is guiding us along the way, along with Uncle Frank, watching over us, and we're just trusting the process, really, because that's all we can do. But yeah, man, this it's bigger than just clothing. It's a lot bigger than that, and that's, I think, where our little motto, the village. I don't know if you can see it just here. The village. That just popped up into one of our early meetings, and we've just ran with it because at the end of the day, what are you without your village? We're all excited. We're all looking forward to the future. All hands on deck. I'll just leave it to everyone if they want to say a little final piece about the brand, or you just want to.
Thank you, team, for having been part of the podcast. And appreciate everyone's hard work and excited for what lies ahead. Yeah, much love to everyone. Peace.
Just seeing it all come together, all of us, talk about our big, great ideas that we all have that we want to thrive in Fano Hard. And just you guys letting me be part of this is such an honor. I just can't wait to keep it going, let it grow.
Thank you, family, for your love and support, and we're looking forward to the future.
Lahi Lele, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to the village that are watching, that are supporting. Just thank you for everyone for your support in this. As you can see, we are the sort of the next generation right now is talking and taking this big leap of faith. So watching us as we grow, learn, spread our wings, and also be upfront on where we're at. And I think we don't know all the answers, but we also do know that, like, again, the village again and coming together and not being afraid to be transparent with everyone too, that we don't know it fully, but we're excited as where we're going, and where we are headed is we're wanting, you know, all of ourselves, but the village to elevate as well. And so I'm looking really forward to seeing what we're gonna do as a family, but also to extend that as well and go out and see what others are doing and also support them where they can as well. Big thank you to our parents, our aunties and uncles, nephews, nieces, everyone, but most importantly, thank you, Uncle Frank, for your legacy you've left in our lives. And now, yeah, you've given it to us, and we don't take that lightly. And yeah, that's from me.
Yeah, with that being said, thank you to our lovely viewers. Thanks for just listening to us, really, because yeah, we're just being ourselves. We're keeping it raw and natural. This has just been a great discussion. So thank you, team. Just felt like another meeting, really. And again, yeah, like everyone said, man, we're so excited for the future. We're really looking forward to man, bring our visions to life. This newer generation, even though we're all getting a bit old now, we are still the younger generation, and I'm very passionate about what we can bring. But no, that's been it, everyone. That's been it.
Actual frothing at the mouth for this.
Full credit to the boys out there today.
Full credit to the boys, but just really dug deep.
Thank you, everyone, from the Fano Hard team to everyone out there. Again, we thank you for your support, and we'll see you on the socials.
Let's go.